White shirts on the pitch, running fast through the night. Every heart beating loud under floodlit sky bright. So to London stand strong, in the stands they belong. Voices echo like thunder, to the club they sing along. Up in Spurs we arise, eyes on the prize. Victory in sight with all our might. King's fire in his eyes, glory's what he seeks. With every goal he flies, rising to new peaks. From the lake to far and wide, with the pride of the fight. On this journey we'll ride, with our passion burning bright. Up in Spurs we arise, eyes on the prize. Victory in sight with all our might. From the lane to far and wide, with the pride of the fight. On this journey we'll ride, with our passion burning bright. Up in Spurs we arise, eyes on the prize. Victory in sight with all our might. With all our might. With all our might.
Hello, and welcome to THFC Till I Die, your home of Tottenham past, present, and exciting future course under Ange Postecoglou as we look to take over Manchester, completely dominate it, take it over, make it white, make it lily white, and just really for this season, we own Manchester. We do own it. It's ours. We do what we please. So when we come up there next season, we want red carpets. We want trumpets playing. We want paraded through the city as you own us, because we have owned a lot of you. But I'm not going to start with that. I'm not going to start with we're talking about Manchester clubs. Why would I? Because we have breaking news, guys. The takeover will happen. I woke up this morning, do a flurry of information that was on my phone, voice notes as well from different people that I use. I've been on the phone all morning to the one particular person who was giving me the information. There's a lot I can't say because of NDAs. There's a lot I can say. So I spent half the afternoon trying to put together it into PDFs, trying to get out the latest news for you guys. And this is what I want. This is what I do YouTubing for. This is why I do this channel, to give you the breaking news. So to make you happy. That's why I do it. So yeah, we're going to welcome people into the chat. I am going to talk a little bit about it. What I do know, what I don't know, what I can't say, what I can say. We're going to talk a little bit about it. We're going to talk in the sort of what owners will be looking at. What does it mean for us as a club? On Thursday, I have a friend of mine who works on MUFC Spotlight, who's in the financial world as well. So he's going to come in on Thursday as well. And we're going to talk about this more on Thursday. He's joining me tomorrow night as well. So we're going to talk a bit about it then. I'm not very good with finances. All I know is this takeover could happen in a couple of weeks to a couple of months. But let's welcome a few people in. We're going to get into it. I'm going to give you little notes that I've actually had to take down as well to remind myself of certain things as well. And we're going to take it from there, guys. We're going to take it. So please hit the like button, hit the subscription button if you can as well. Do pick up your memberships as well. It really does help this channel grow. Send in a super chat if you want to ask me a question. You want to get ahead of the queue. Ask me. Send it in a super chat. I know times are tough out there, guys, but it does help us channels and it helps us sort of grow. And also, if you want to send in a super sticker, do so. If you want to give memberships, you can. It really does all help us grow as we look to grow this channel bigger, better, and actually the biggest Irish channel in Ireland. That is my dream. I want to be bigger than Mr. Harris. If you're watching, I'm coming for you. He knows I'm joking with him. He knows I'm pulling his leg. That is the point. So let's see who's joining me tonight in the chat. Big up to everyone. So far, we've got Wayne Bonner. Pardon me. That's better out than in. Good evening, one and all. Hope everyone is well. Big game tomorrow. We need to turn up, take care of business, and keep the momentum going. Exactly, we do. 4 wins in a row. But don't you worry, guys. I've got all the little information for you on that as well. Yeah, I've got all the information on that. Big up to Colin Turner. I haven't seen you for a while, Colin. Big up. It says there are a few people who will stop following the club if taken over by the Qataris. Look, look, my view is like on this. Yes, the Qataris are not for everyone. I get that. I do get that. I understand that because of human rights and everything. I've seen a few people on YouTube saying a few things about the Qataris because of what's happening in other parts of the Middle East, which I don't subscribe to. And I've been quite offended by what some people have actually said as well. So I'm going to leave that there. This is not a show for politics, and I'm leaving politics at the door. But if they were to come in and progress our football club, then I have no problem with it. They're here to progress. They're here to progress my club, to win trophies, to take it to the next level, to take us to that next level, to make us go out and buy the better players that will bring us to trophies. Then I've got no problem with it. I have no problem. Look, sometimes you got to turn a blind eye, sadly, to what these countries do, and it's the way of the world now. I think there's a lot of nations buying into football clubs, and for what. It's very hard not to mix politics and football together. But I think sometimes you have to sort of separate it the best you can. But I get it. The few people will stop. And that's down to them. You can't make them follow a football club. If they're really, truly a fan in the first place, then they won't stop supporting this football club. If they weren't a fan and they were just here for the because the Zanja's here, or they're here because they not really have a lot of interest, then it's down to them. I can't make them stop or say, yeah, I'm going to make you support this football club no matter what. It's down to you. I support this football club because I supported them for 44 years, and I've seen a lot worse than what we're seeing now. Yeah, not winning any trophies is a nightmare. I hate it. But just because if the Qataris come in and buy us, then so be it. So be it. But big up. I think it's a very good point. It's a point that I'm going to ask Kevin tomorrow night as well, and on Thursday. Connor, I think it's a very good point. How will fans react to this? But look, I will get to your point in a minute, Daniela. Don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. You want to be football chairman, CEO. Stick to your counting beans, you ledger. It is what you're qualified for. Exactly. That's what we want. Big up the chilly music as well. We need the Levy to leave. Yes, we do. He won't believe, and then I'll explain what he's going to be doing. Neil says, why my guitar gently weeps? I love that. That is brilliant. Neil, I love the song anyway. Why my guitar gently weeps. It's one of my favorite George Harrison songs of all time. I'm remembering, did he do it when he was a member of the Beatles, or did he sing that song when he left the Beatles? I have a funny feeling it's on the Revolver album. I need to double check on that, but I love that song. Really do love that song. I think out of the Beatles, I think George Harrison's my favorite out of the Beatles, to be fair. Big up to Brenny74. Big up, Brenny. You're a legend. I'm not a legend. You're a legend, man. I did speak to Bobby today. Looking to put together a podcast for next year, North London podcast for next season, where me and you, Brenny, and a few other Tottenham Arsenal fans get together, talk about football clubs and talk about football in general, talk about the Premier League in general. So, look, we're trying to get that sorted for next season, maybe start doing it in the summer. But Bobby liked the idea. I think it's a cracking idea. I think we need to get together because I love listening to you, Brenny. You bring him some good points, and you're a legend yourself and a very nice Arsenal fan as well. Big up to Chile Music. If the Qataris make us trophies, then I won't care. Exactly. Absolutely, exactly. I think you hit nail on the head. Invert the Ting. Big, I haven't seen you before, but please hit the subscription button if you can. Big up Domo and Chat. Big up Invert the King. Thank you very much indeed. Daniela, nothing on the BBC Sport. Right. Now, this is where you're going to have to trust me. This is where this is where you're going to have to trust your old boy Domatron here. And I've never let you down before. We were the first to break Harry Kane leaving Tottenham. We were the first to break Ange Postecoglou coming to Tottenham. We broke a few other stories ahead of time as well. I've got this off my source after a couple of weeks of really sitting on a bit of information where I got the go-ahead to use it. Again, we're ahead of the curve. Again, we do have, and the thing is, we on this channel, we do have previous for this. We do have previous of breaking news ahead of stuff. Not everything we get right, and we don't, not everything that we break is right, but this is 100% accurate. I wouldn't be breaking this. I would not have done the thumbnail, called the show as it is, if I wasn't 100% sure and 100% accurate in what my source was giving me. And I don't go out just for clickbaits. I've never done clickbaits. Never have. Don't believe in it. Don't agree with it. I think you just give news as and when you get it. And we're ahead of the curve. I think we are ahead of the curve in this. I think we are going to be ahead in the curve. I think in the next couple of weeks to a month or so, this will start to break. And when it does break, you can look back on the 25th of February, 2025. THFC Till I Die was the first channel to break this. So, you know, again, we've been ahead on Sky Sports News. We're ahead on BBC Sport. I had a long conversation with Colin today. I had a long conversation with Tequila as well. And we decided we're going to break this because we know it's accurate news and we know it is going to happen. So we're going to get out there. We're going to get in front of it. We're going to start talking about it. And I've got a few PDFs of what it could look like. And I want your information on it, guys. I'm asking you to give faith into this channel because we do have a reputation of bringing news first. I will go back. If you don't believe me, look back through the channel. Harry Kane, we broke it a week before everyone else. We broke Ange Postecoglou straight after the Celtic that he was coming to Spurs. I know Sean talked about it, Daniel, 2 weeks ago, but I've got more information to actually put more meats on the bones. But we just don't break news for the sake of breaking it. And I won't break anything unless I'm 100% accurate in what I'm breaking. So I'm not here to go against other channels. I'm just doing my own thing, and this is my own thing, and I'm doing it my way. Sean's very much into the business world. He's more in than I am. I'm just going over to people I know I can trust. They've given me the news today that I could use, and I'm using it. So I hope you can understand that. If Sean talks about it, then fair play to him, and he did, and I enjoyed his content, but I've got slightly different, putting meats on the bone, if you know what I mean. Big up Chili Music. There's still no guarantees we will be with the Qataris. No, I don't think there is. I don't think there is. There is no guarantee. But, you know, it won't harm. I would rather win trophies than being the bridesmaids and the league. Yeah, I think we all would, Chili. I think we all would, Chili. I'm going to call you Chili from now on. Hope that's all right, Chili. Chill music, Chili. I definitely up for that. Hopefully by that, yeah. I know. We need to have a talk before the end of the season, Brenny, actually get together and talk at the end of the season, do our end of season review of North London. I don't know. I think you lot are in a mess. I do. I think you need a striker. You didn't get one. You're paying the price now, to be fair. Big up to has the NDA. The little bits that I can break today has, but there's more that I can't say. Big up to Neil. BBC is about the reputation as news of the it does. Big up Danny, boy. Big up Danny. Big up Dermot. Spurs Takeover hasn't even. Yeah, again, if Colin was here, he would tell you we were ahead in Sky Sports of some things as well. So we have a reputation. We do have a reputation of getting the news right and getting it first out there. Sean talked about it 2 weeks ago. I did see Sean talking about it. But I rather go by I don't go by news articles, and Sean has his own sources. Sean has his own looking away into deals, and he's better at it than I am. I've never said I was good at talking about financials. I'm not. It's not my forte. Sean is very good at talking about it. He explains it extremely well. He gets it across that people like dummies like me can understand. But I do it my way. He does it his way. I do it my way. And I respect Sean a hell of a lot. I do respect him. I respect his channel as well. And I think it's a great channel. But I do things slightly differently. So, you know, I hopefully the news I got is a bit different and it put more meat in the bones for you. But just bear with me. I will bring to you soon. Big up Chill Music. I think the Qatari takeover is to stop the protests, bring some more money for season ticket revenue. I don't. I think Daniel Levy does want to sell the club. He does want to leave. And I think this is the best way out of it. But buying a football club isn't like 10-minute, a 4-minute wonder. It really is. It really is a complicated. And I was told today this takeover is extremely complicated. It's in the same way of. I'm sorry. I'm just getting some information on the other phone, other screen. The way I was described it was today, it's like how Ineos took over Manchester United. That's the takeover we're looking at. It's going to be a sort of phase buyout. They're going to buy out the footballer side and then work it from there. Now, that's what we want. That's what we want. Also, Daniel Levy will have an advisory role. That is all it will be. It will be no more, no less. He won't have any power. He will be there to advise the new owners how the pitfalls of the Premier League, how to work in the Premier League. I don't think this thing with Ineos and Manchester United is exactly the same. We're more financially secure than what Manchester United are. It's two different ball games completely. So we have to wait and see. But that is what I got. So let's go through the chat. He did say he did not know if it was a takeover or just a. It's going to be a phase takeover, Daniela. That's what I do know. I've written down here when I was speaking today. I wrote notes down. It is going to be a phase buyout. Now, which way they're going to start, I don't know yet, and that's the God honest truth. I think personally they may start with Enoch with Joe Lewis's shares and go in that way, or they may buy Levy. I don't know how they're going to do it. All I know that a takeover is happening, and it will happen. Enoch and Levy's time at the club is coming very near. We've got Brenny. I've had enough, mate. I bet you are. Big up to Daniela. 1-1 Villa. Well, let me know the late scores, Daniel, if you can put them in for the chat while I'm on. It really would be appreciative. Big up to Terry Ploughs. Big up, Terry. I don't care if it's Del Boy and it's sorted. Could you imagine Del Boy and Rodney and Uncle Albert and all them buying Tottenham? That'd be bloody hilarious. Just get that Gooner CNT out the club. Levy's son of a Woolwich fan. I googled it years ago. Now it's been taken. Yeah, I saw that as well. To be fair, look, it will happen. It is going to happen. It's going to happen. It is going to. Believe me, it's going to happen. Dan Davenport, big up, Dermot. If and when the takeover happens, we can be more productive. And that's what it is, to be more productive in the transfer window. That is what it's all about. It is all about that. It is all about being more productive in the transfer window. It's all about buying the best players for the best position to back a manager. Will Ange still be in charge with new ownership? I doubt it. I think they want to bring in their own man. And I think then we may get a decent manager who's been backed properly to take us to success, and we can see the rise of Tottenham Hotspur again. Big up Chile. I'll worry about us turning into Ineos and Manchester United, two completely different things. I don't think you will. Look, I'm going to talk more about Manchester United tomorrow on Thursday with Kevin, who's coming on, who's a Man United fan, who's helping me out the next few days. All I can say about the Ineos thing is, I think Man United were, they paid, there were £1 billion in debt due to the interest that the Glazers took out on the loans. I think whoever buys Tottenham, I think the loans at Spurs will be wiped out as well. I think that's another thing as well. We'll be debt free. And I know the debt that Daniel Levy's got against the club is probably one of the best debts you can have in football. I think whoever comes in will be debt free, and we will be debt free, and we will be able to move on as a club. The thing with Manchester United, I think it goes deeper than Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos. I think they've come in there to act like receivers. That's my view. You look at the way that they're £1 billion in debt due to the interest the Glazers use, the leverage to buy the football club. I think it works out to about £730 million they're in debt to the club. Then plus the then plus the interest on top of that, which makes it up to $1 billion. And I think you look at us, whoever comes into us, they've got such a financial sound footing to come in. They really do. But I get it. I get you worried, but we're nowhere like Manchester United. Nowhere like it. It's like separating conjoined twins who share a liver. Yeah, absolutely. Big up, Danny. I suppose it depends on the price rather than millions or billions. I'm looking around 3.5 billion. That's sort of what I'm thinking. What I've been told is round that ballpoint figure between 3.5 and 4 billion. So we have to see. Look, all I know is all I've been told, and all I can say at the moment, it's going to be a phased buyout. So whichever way they're going to go about it, I think at the moment the first drafts have been done, and that's the other thing I want to tell you about. The first drafts have been done. So you're going to ask about first draft. Right. The reason the first draft is this, and this is from a friend of mine who knows this stuff, who actually put it in simple terms for me to explain it to, because I'm quite a dummy when it comes to all of this, guys. I'm just a short, fat Irishman talking shite about football. I know nothing about financials. Dave's better. Dave Harris more clever than I am, believe me. Right. This is the first draft. Right. This is also known as a discovery draft, where all writers write with the objectives of getting their ideas on page. Second draft is the beginning of the editing phase. Rothschild, who is in charge of it, the Rothschilds who's in charge of it will study the draft and advise Levy what, if any, amendments are needed. The amount being paid needs to be agreed by both parties, and it does payment schedule, all front or in stages. If it's only Levy shares being bought initially, then the document needs to be very precise as to what it includes, or football inside related or whatever. This is a complicated deal which will take at least 2 to 3 months unless talks break down and the whole thing is off. That's what we're looking at. That is what we're looking at, 2 to 3 months. We're looking around that time frame for this to be completed. Now, I think it is going to be for the football side. I think this is the way football is going. I think the business side of it is another. That will take years to complete, I think. But on the football side of it, I think it's going to be more easy to complete. So we have to wait and see. We have to wait and see. But I hope that sort of explains what a first draft and second draft and the third draft means. And I hope that you understand that, and that sort of gets it. Buying the football side is going to be a lot more easier, and it will happen. If Dave to buy Lewis's want that make them majority shareholders rather than face, I think if they're just buying the football club, I think that they own the football club outright. The business side of it, I think it's a completely different ball game. From my understanding, it's a completely separate takeover. I think then they will start talking about taking over the business side of it. But at the moment, it's the football side that wants to be taken over. That is what they're going for. That is what they're going to pay the 3.5, 4 billion for, is for the football side. And that's what we all want. We all want Levy to leave the football side alone. We all want our football club back. And if the Qataris come in, whoever it is, Qatar have got a list of other people that might be going in. At the moment, I do know, I can't say, so I have to sit here and speculate a little bit with you guys. But I think we all know deep down who it's going to be. They want to buy the football side, and that is what's most precious at the moment to us. Big up to Invert the King thing. Yeah, do hit anyone that's new, hit the subscription button, hit the like button, and also do please hit your memberships, because I've got a lot of new member stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks and next season as well, where you guys are involved big time. Chili says, do you think Levy will step into the football business and fuck it up again? No, I don't. He wants to leave. Levy wants to get rid of the football side. That I do know. He wants out of it now. He wants the best deal for himself. He wants the best deal for Tottenham. And I think deep down, he wants the best people to take over the football side as well. I do believe that. He does have the best interest at heart, I think. He may not be the best chairman in the world. He may be the biggest idiot in the world. But I do believe he wants the best interest for Tottenham. And I do believe he will get the best deal for himself, the best deal for Spurs. And if we get the right people to come in. Now, it's not the people that want to buy Manchester United. Let's put that out clear. It's not him. This is a consortium that's been put together. Amanda Staveley is behind that. It's the front face of that consortium. So there could be completely different people. It's not the people that want to buy Manchester United. The man that wants to buy Manchester United still wants to buy Manchester United. He has no interest in buying Tottenham. He wants to buy Spurs. So any readings you read about the gentleman that was going to buy Man United, wants to buy Spurs, that ain't going to happen. It's just a consortium put together with Amanda Staveley to come in, and then we'll see, but completely different. Big up to David Shire. Big up, David. Hope you're doing well. So we should worry about us. Yeah, we should do. Absolutely. 100% agree with that. But on the other hand, you do look at Manchester United. They are the biggest club, probably one of the biggest clubs in the world, probably in the top 3 or 4. And you look how they're being handled. It is worrying, and it is a talk we're going into should the Premier League and football do more. Are we getting too big? Is money become too big in the game? We should have a conversation about that. Do the laws need to be changed on ownership of football clubs? And it does need, the talk has, I think the discussion has to take place. Does ownership of a football club mean you just going in to make money? Now, you can't leverage the buyout anymore. That's been banned. But do you run a football club the way that the Glazers have run Man United? Then the answer to that is no. That needs to change. And then the rules within the mechanisms of the Premier League to make it more of a level playing field then needs to be looked at. And I think that is a bigger question. That is a far bigger question. Do the rules within the Premier League have to be changed for competition and make it more of a level playing field? Then yes, I think that really needs to be looked at. You look at Tottenham, you look at the owners, you look at this takeover will happen in the next couple of months. You look at the way that Levy has run the club. You look at other people coming in. You look at the Saudis, the state ownerships of Newcastle, Manchester City. You look at the people that have bought Liverpool. You look at the Glazers. It hasn't become a level playing field because only top 3, 4 clubs win everything every season. So the laws within the game, the laws within the Premier League itself, how it sets its laws out for competition and fair competition, I don't think is right. I think their laws are broken. I think the laws they put in are not fixed. And I do believe they do have to be looked at very soon. Big up Chill Music. I hope we can clear the stadium debt and be debt free. I think that will be part of it as well, Chill Music. I really do. What I'm hearing it is going to be, we will be debt free. Big up to Daniela with all the scores. Big up. Thank you so much. You're so good. Brighton are 1-0 up. Wolves are 1-1. Southampton 0. Chelsea 0. Villa goal offside. So it's still Palace 1. Villa 0. That's a shock. I have a problem with all taken over. Look, David, I get you on. I want you to know. Told by who done, please not shown. Look, what other channels do is down to them. I'm not going to sit here and it's down if Shawnee wants to do what he wants. I respect Shawnee a hell of a lot. Johnny as well. They do what they want. I was told by somebody that works within football. I've used this person for the last 2 years. Colm knows him very well as well. Colm has been in football all his life as well. He has connections. The person we use is very high up in football in his job. He knows what he's talking about. I don't use any other person, and I don't clickbait. Never have, never will. I don't think Sean clickbaits either, to be fair, nor Johnny. If I'm being honest, I've never saw them do that. I just give you the news as I get it. If I deem it's worthy, and we do talk about it behind the scenes between the 3 of us, we could break different news every day of the week. Everything we read, oh, we're going to break that. We don't. We break what we think is good for you guys, which you guys need to know. And I only break it when I know it's 100% accurate and 100% true. Down to Shawnee and Johnny, I have an awful lot of respect for them. And I think that I don't think they're clickbait personally myself, David, if I'm being fair. I think Shawnee's very balanced in his shows, very good in his shows. I love his shows. I think Johnny's the same as well. Don't always agree with everything Johnny says, to be fair, but I will get him on the channel because I'd love to get him on. But no, I don't think so. I think it's a bit harsh. I think that is a bit harsh. But look, we're here to support each other, and that's what it's all going to. That's all we're going to do. Big up, David. I really appreciate your support, man. And I hope you're all right, man. I hope you're okay. And it's great to see you in the chat. We've missed you. Big up to that's going to take more than 2. Yeah, I think the business side it will. The football side will be a lot sooner. Thank you, matey. That's Terry. It's my job. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to give you the news. That is my job as a YouTube creator, as an owner of part owner of this channel, and my job is to give you guys the latest news. Big up to him. Levy could be an idiot for asking too much money. It could be, but I think he wants out of this as well. Northampton Town, I'm proud to be Sky Blue, says Luke. Big up, Luke. City Lighters, don't bother me. The Market Squares, Cobblestone, the snake and the old deers to the bone. There you go. That's what Levy's saying. Big up to Invert the King. Big up Kate. Big up Kate and Jimbo. The evening, Dermot. Evening, Kate and Jimbo. The perfect match, and they are the perfect match. They're the Becks and what's her name? All right, they're the Kylie Minogue and Jason Donovan of the Spurs community. I couldn't think of David Beckham's wife, so I've gone for Kylie Minogue. I don't know why. Just we were talking about Kylie Minogue in a private group chat, and it's just come out of my head. Big Bad Rom. Hello. Is the takeover happening? Yay! It is. Yay. It is. It's happening, and I won't be breaking it if it's happening. It is happening. Big up to Carl. It says David Dermo gets his own sources. No other Spurs YouTube. Oh, thank you, Carl. That's very kind of you. Thanks for having my back, man. Thank you so much. I'm very kind of you. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate the support. Thank you. Dermo, do you think Levy will want to keep the stadium and sell the football side? He'll have to loan the club and still do concert. Look, the football side Look, I'm not going to sit here and just lie to you. I have asked questions. I'm waiting for answers on all of it. I haven't got all the information, but what I've got in PDFs will help you guys. I think the football side stadium comes with the football side. This is me personally. I don't think there'd be much. Look, if you've got a revenue that's coming in, that's giving you revenue, I don't think whoever buys the football side will want to do concerts and that. I think that's all linked to the business side. So if it's an extra income for the club, then personally, I think it will happen. But when the owners do the complete takeover, I think they'll stop. Honestly, they do. I think they will stop because you don't see other clubs doing it. And I think it's all these concerts and everything that's happening at the club doesn't find its way into the football side of it. Never has done. So it's very complicated. That's what the person I spoke to today when I was having the meeting with him today on Zoom or FaceTime. He kept saying the same thing. It's a complicated deal. It's more complicated than Man United. It's like Ineos taking over Man United. It's very complicated because you've got a football side and you've got a business side. You've got Joe Lewis with his shares, 87% shares, who's in a trust. You've got Daniel Levy with 27% shares. Now, you can buy Daniel Levy shares and buy the football side. That's grand. That will work. That's easy. 3.5 billion. Thank you very much. I'm going now to the Bahamas to sit in the beach and sup my latest cocktail. If you're going for the Enix side of it and the business side of it, there's more typed into it. There's more red tape in there. That will take longer to do. But I think the first part of the first phase one, is to buy Levy shares and buy the football side, and let's get this team winning trophies again. We've got an opportunity now to go on and be successful. Let's do it. Let's not drop this. Pardon me. Big up, Carl. If you got rid of Casemiro, high wages alone would keep those poor people. Yeah, we are going to talk more about that tomorrow, Carl. That's shocking what's happening up there. Big up Chill Music. I would worry about Levy keeping the stadium and blackmailing the owners for using the stadium for. It's not going to happen. Chill. It ain't going to happen. I'm telling you that now. It ain't going to happen. Everyone is saying hello. We got big up to everyone. Yeah, big up to Kate. So yeah, thanks. Back tomorrow. Jitterbro. I hope you're all right, Kate. And we'll definitely get you and Jim back on the channel sometime soon. Daniel, I wonder whether there age enough top players are out there for all clubs to be successful. I have to wait and see, don't you? You have to wait and see. I mean, we got a good bunch of youngsters coming through. Do we really need to buy players when we've got the youngsters that we've got coming through? Donnelly, Mikey Moore, Lancashire, Ashley Phillips. Do you know? Add them to the team we've got now. I think we've got a very good team. Posh and Bex, Victoria. I couldn't think of a name, Victoria. We've got Big Bam Bob. Yeah. See, he's even happy. And I didn't know that Daniel's son is a gooner. Now it all seems to make sense. Yeah, we are cursed. Absolutely cursed. Spearmint Rhino, the study. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I tell you what, don't be surprised if some airway, I'm sorry, Kate. I'm really going to stick my name. Look, I'm telling you now, Kate, I'm sorry. It's very frustrating because I know where I've got this from and I know it's true. And I know it's absolutely 100% accurate. And I'm not denying anyone is entitled to their opinion. I don't clickbait, Kate. I do not clickbait. I do not do this just for the sheer hell of it to get numbers or to get views. I don't do that. I've never done my YouTube channel like that. The person who I got this news from works within the football industry. He knows what's going on. He knows 110% what's going on. He knows more. He's told me stuff that I can't say that's going on. And I'm bringing it to you because that is my job to do as a YouTube creator. Now, people can slag me off. People can say he's talking bullshit. People can do what they want. I don't care. I really don't. I'm doing this because I know it's true. I know it's 100% true. I know it's... I can sit in a stack of Bibles or take a lie detector test. I know it's true. And I wouldn't be saying it if it wasn't. And we've got proof in the past. We were the first about Harry Kane. We were the first about Ange Postecoglou coming. We were the first about Arne Slot taking over at Liverpool. I broke it the night before Liverpool announced it. So in my view, I'm doing what I think is right. I know it's right. I know it's going to happen. That's why I put it as a thumbnail, as blatant as it did. Breaking news: Spurs takeover will happen. It will happen. It could happen in the next 2-3 weeks. It could happen in 2-3 months. It depends how quickly this can be done. Levy will not stay on as chairman. He will stay on the advisory role, and that is what I've been told. Now, as I said, the first draft has already been up and typed, and with the lawyers at the moment. That will go back to a second draft, and then that will go back into a third draft, and then that will then be given as whatever the contract is, and they will sign it. This is a phased buyout, so the footballing side first, and then they're going to buy the rest of Tottenham out. I respect Paul O'Keefe. He's within the football industry as well. He does what he puts out. I'm not here to disrespect anyone. I'm not here to step on anyone's toes. I'm not here to piss anyone off. I'm giving you the news I've been given, and that I believe, and that I 100% can trust this person. I can't say what he does because I don't want to get him into trouble. And it's very hard that I have to keep, proving myself time and time again that I don't clickbait. I'm not clickbaiting. And I'm not saying you that. I'm not saying yes. I'm not saying, Kate, that I am saying that, but it's just I get very annoyed because I put a lot of work into this, and I don't just say things just for the sheer hell of it. They won't stop Dermot. Why would they when they can make an absolute killing? Well, he wants out of it, and with Joe Lewis, he's rotting around as an 87-year-old. Probably doesn't know which day of the week it is. And Daniel Levy wants out. Absolutely wants out. So that's what I was told. Dermo, what about the NFL? Then that would be the waste of settlement. I think the NFL, that's all linked to the business side. That's not linked to the football side. We got to separate the football side from the business side. The football side is Premier League, first team, the Premier League football side, end off. The business side is the NFL, the concerts, the go-kart track, the whatever it is. Now, this could be a same buyout structure as what's happening at Manchester United. Somebody comes in, buys the football side. Levy has nothing to do with the football side, and he just concentrates on the business side. And that's all what we've ever wanted. Somebody who owns the football side to run the football side. And that is what's going to happen. That is the deal. It's structured. That is how it's going to be. And then in time, they will buy out the rest of the football club. Bill up, Daniela. The Glazers still own Man United ENC. Only 25% is run by the football side, and that's what they're going to do. Big up to Carl. Chris, I reckon Anfield would stay, but the concerts would slow down. The wood. I wish Big Brain Run. Who broke the news to you, Dermot, about a person that I know works within football, and Colin knows him. I was introduced to him by Colin. Colin introduced me to him, and he's been feeding me information over the last couple of years with Harry Kane, with transfers. That's who gave it to me, and he said I can use it. He said you can run with it. It is going to happen. He knows because he's seen the documents, so he works within that part of the industry. I can't say no more than that. Levy just wants his theme park, Levyland. It's a fabrication single wild trailer horse in the States with pink flamingos. Probably would do. For my sins, big up, mate. Cheers. Big up Fulham. Whoa, Fulham 2-1 up against Wolves. Big up, Daniela. Can only see my chat. I'll be back shortly if I can. The kids are playing up. Big up. Don't apologize. I hope you're right. Look, Kay, you know me big enough now. I don't clickbait. You know that. It's one thing I never do, and you know me long enough now not to do that. And I will bring out stuff when I know it's 100% accurate. And I've got loads of voice notes on my phone, on my WhatsApp group that are within this gentleman, and there's a lot on there that maybe in the fullness of time when all this is done, I would actually prove it to you all. And then I'm a West Ham fan. Got some very good youngsters coming through. One already starting in games. Oh, big up, Daniela. I didn't know you're a West Ham fan. Didn't know that. Well, they don't, but big up. Anyway, Takeover. Everything you need to know. I've done a beginner's guide to a takeover here. I've worked hard on this. Right. This is the 3 phases of Takeover, right? Identifying the interest buyers. 2, financial talks and club valuation. 3, due diligence and relegation approval. So this is what's happening at the moment. So the first bits I have, the final outcome, what would change? This is what would change at Spurs. Have more financial power to compete with top clubs. It would attract world-class players with higher wages, better transfer. At the moment, we have the lowest wage bill in Europe, but we have the highest ticket prices in Europe. That's got to balance out somewhere along the line. With new owners on the football side, which is going to happen, that will balance it out. And then the third would be expand its global brand with increased sponsorship with international presence. Now, the third part that I'm going to talk about is the naming rights. Whoever buys the football club, the naming rights will be involved in that deal. So the naming rights will be included. So whoever buys the football side will have the naming rights already on the stadium. So that is part of the deal as well. Downside, but potential downside including loss of club culture, financial mismanagement, or excessive commercialization. I don't think that will happen. Personally, I think whoever comes in will increase the club culture, increase the history of the club, and look after a bit more, which Daniel Levy doesn't fucking bother to do. Right, identify it down. These are the 3 groups. Now, it is going to be the top one, we think. But these are the 3: the Middle Eastern, American consortium, or European or Asian billionaires. So I think we all agree it's going to be the top one. We all agree that is going to be a Middle Eastern consortium led by Amanda Staveley, she's been involved all the way along. So that is the latest. Now, could it be similar to a Newcastle Saudi PFI, or could it be a Qatari? We don't know. Abu Dhabi or Qatar, we don't know. But it's a Middle Eastern. All I know that I've been told the Middle Eastern are involved in this. So that's 2. Number 2, financial talks. The club's valuations around 2.5 to 3.5 billion. I think it will go for 3.5 billion. The state-of-the-art stadium is probably the best in Europe. It is commercial deal, sponsorship, and global fan base. The squad's players, market value. Now, Daniel Levy and Enid, the current owners, still have to talk the sale price, structure, and conditions for accepting any offer. As I know, the first phase of that is done, the first draft, and that is done. Everyone seems to be happy with the first draft. So if the first draft is acceptable, this could go through quite quickly. Now, this is where the Premier League, and this is what I'm going to leave on to Thursday, guys, because this is important. It's about due diligence and the approvals. Now, the Premier League owners and directors test ensures that new owners meet financial and ethical standards. Now, you've got financial fair play, compliance. The buyers must prove sustainable investment without breaching spending limits. Tottenham at the moment can spend anything up to 400 million at the moment. So we're very within FFP. Potential security from UK relegators, especially if state-backed investors are involved. There's a lot that has to go into it, but I think we tick all the boxes as well, guys. So that is sort of, before we get on to the Man City stuff, that is all about that. Let me know what you think. Let's go through the chat. We've got Chelsea are 1-0 up. Oh, Jesus. Really, Daniela? I was really hope they lose, the bastards. No one's bigger than Levy, says Gerard. I'm bigger than Levy, Gerard. I am very bigger than Levy, and I will always be bigger than Levy. Me. We got Palace 1, Villa 1. That's it. Villa got to go back. Big up. We got Preston Tabos. Big up. Bro, you don't need to prove yourself to me. As I've been following your station channel for some time, you always come out with these nuggets. Well, thank you so much, Preston. It means a hell of a lot, actually, for you to say that. Thank you. It means a lot. Because you do get a lot of stick, and you do get a lot of people think you're clickbaiting, and I'm not. And for somebody to say that, it means a hell of a lot to me. Thank you, and I know it means a lot to Colin as well, and Tequila. And thank you so much. I'm not used to. I don't know how to handle compliments. I really don't. But thank you so much. It really means a lot, man. Really means a hell of a lot. It's now Palace 1, Villa 1. Woo! Come on, you Villa. Would the new owners? That is one thing they will do. They will do a lot to help the club. I think they'll put the concessions back in for the older fans. I think also they will lower ticket prices. I think they would do. There was a lot of damage Levy's done within the fan base, and I think the new owners will want to repair that, and they will do that. Dermo, that's a no-go on wages. The stadium must pay for it. Well, if the new owners come in and paid off the debt and paid the complete debt, and we'll be debt-free, then I think we're on a steady wicket. I think. I have a clicker at home, and I like to use it when I'm on my phone from my mobile home. Big up. It needs to happen soon. Big up, Stephen Thomas. I haven't seen you for a while, man. Needs to happen soon. Get this client out. Yeah, I will be out soon. Don't worry, I'll be finishing soon. And they leave me. I know what you mean. Newcastle was bought. Nothing changed much. Well, I think Newcastle's different because the Newcastle they got stuck with FFP, and that was the problem. Newcastle got stuck within the FFP budget, and they couldn't spend an awful lot. Tottenham are not within; they haven't got that problem. We can spend up to 400 million. We could have spent up to 180 million in the last transfer window, but we decided not to. I think when new owners come in, I think they will push the boat out. They're going to want to make a statement. They're not coming here just to play second fiddle. They're going to want to make Tottenham Hotspur the best team in the league. They're going to want to compete with the likes of Manchester City. They're going to want to compete with the likes of Liverpool. They're going to want to compete with the best teams in Europe. They're going to want to put this team on the market, on the thing. And this is what these new owners will do. They will put us up there. And I think long hold have we been striving for that. Now, with Ange in charge, I think Ange would then go. I think there will be a new manager. Who that new manager will be, God only knows. But I think it will be, I don't know, pick a name out of your hat. I mean, with new owners, look, we could have a Xavi come in, say, for example, with new owners. I don't see Ange Postecoglou staying. I think there will be new. I mean, I know Mandy Stavely's a massive fan of Eddie Howe. So we have to see what happens. But look, I think we could be very excited now that the end of the era of Levy and ENIC is coming to an end very soon. It is closing. The dawn, the sun is setting on the Levy era. And that's all what we want. That is all what we want. Big up, big Turkish Delight Airways are happy to announce the takeover of Tottenham Hotspur. Very funny. Very funny. I like that, though. Very funny, though. Bournemouth are over their purple patch, during the way down. Yeah, Formais they are. Brent boys, well, rarely, Gerard. I was hoping to avoid that, but thank you. The Premier League is so corrupt, so that I don't think it's done yet. This is another thing I want to talk Thursday about the Premier League. Is it that corrupt? I don't think it is. Big up to who would believe this? Ryan Sekerson has scored for Fulham. We want our money back. Has he scored for Fulham, has he? Jesus, where did he come from? I believe Eze will become the Spurs in the summer for 30 million. I've heard rumours we're going to have a very busy summer. I've been told. Being 100% and someone who had relatives who lived in Syria and Samarra in 1913, I don't really want Turkish owners. No, I don't really want Turkish owners either. Qataris, I'm fine with. Turkish owners, I'm probably gonna look. I get it. I got a lot of Greek friends. I know you said being 100% Greek. Look, I get it. Being Irish, we've had our own troubles in the past, to be fair, like the Greeks have had. So I can sympathise what you're saying. Look, I'm not going to say that having every no owner's got clean hands. No, they don't. No owner has clean hands. They've got blood in their hands somewhere along the line. But I think whoever comes in to buy this football club, I'm going to support the football club, but it doesn't mean I have to like the owners. But we all want Daniel Levy out so badly. I think we'll take anyone. And we've got to be careful who we go for. We've got to be careful who wants to buy this football club. And it's all about money at the end of the day. It's all about them putting in the right price in for Daniel Levy to say, I cannot turn this down. So we have to wait and see. We do. But I get it. I do get it. 100%. Big up Daniela. Well, this is a football fight between the Middle East and US owners on the who controls the world club football. So I win it. Yeah, well, I think this is why the Qataris will want to come in and buy Spurs. Tottenham have got the best stadium in the world. They've got the best. They're in London. They're absolutely ideal for everything, and we can become the biggest club in London if we can actually be better than Arsenal. Can you imagine that? Imagine us winning trophies and them lot down the road going down the pan. Sorry, Brenny and Bobby. Sorry. I think Ange will be sacked if new owners come in. He will be. And that's why Levy hasn't said, yeah, he will be. And this is, look, I think you lot, I've known this for a while. And I think if you look at the little different bits of information that's happened this season, why Ange hasn't been sacked. Why is he backing this manager? Because no other manager would have been sacked by now. I think there's been little Easter eggs being dropped, and I think some people haven't picked it up on. I've known for months and months and months about these talks, and I couldn't say anything because I had to sign an NDA. There's nothing I could say. And I've been sitting on some news that I'm itching to tell you guys, but I can't say it. And all these little trippets are starting to come out now, and everything now will start to fall into place and start to make a little bit more sense. And I think we could be in for an exciting time. Really, really could be. Big up to Kane. Statement will be well. That's the other news I've got to break as well for you guys tonight as well. Got a little bit of a trinket for you. Let me find. I got this as well this evening. Harry Kane. Now, this is true. We all know this has been in the media as well. But Harry Kane will be available in the summer for 67 million euro. And then in January transfer window, and the January winter window, I'm going to get this right, 54 million euro. Just putting that out there. 67 million euro. And Bayern Munich owe us money as well, they owe us 20 or 30 million euro on the Harry Kane deal going the other way. So if you're looking at 67 million euro, they owe us 30. Tottenham can say, right, we'll give you 37. You wipe off the 30, and then there you go. 37 million euro for Harry Kane to come back to Spurs. Get it done, lads. That will happen. The issue with Newcastle was they had big debts. That exactly, Daniela, and they had no external income to work with. And this is where it's so different at Spurs. They don't have big debts, and they do have an external income to work with. So whoever buys Spurs is going to start on a really solid foundation. Big up Chris Dermo, Eddie and Sockets. Big up. I like Adrian. Big up to Adrian. Spurs diehards. Yeah, I won't say that because it's the name of my channel. TTID. Tottenham Till I Die. It's the name of my channel. I ain't putting that at the end of my channel. So I'm getting free promotion. I'm only joking, Adrian. I'm only joking. Always complained about free water stations and seating in fan areas, mainly for the elderly. The new owners need to think. I think they will do. I think that new owners will be very, very quickly on to put the mistakes that Levy has made. Really will. Would you like to see Thomas Frank? I would. You know I would. Gerard, you know I'd love to see Thomas Frank at Tottenham. I'm a massive Thomas Frank fan. You know I am. So yeah, I would love to. Palace are now 2-1 up. Come on, you Eagles. I think it's corrupt. I also think VAR's in place to help bookies strike. Do you know what, we are Spurs TV? I want to get you on the show, and maybe also let me get a membership, join the WhatsApp group, and that's where links go in for shows. I want to get you on for a few debate shows because I think you've got some very good points to make. Palace 2-1 up. Big up to the Belgium Hotspur. Big up, Joe. I haven't seen you for a while. Is this 100% confirmed? Well, it is 100% confirmed, but everything's still still hiding behind corners or on the dining room tables. But I've been told it's 100% accurate, and that is why I'm breaking it. It's 100% accurate. So you can trust me. You can trust me. I've never let you down yet. Chelsea 2-0 up. Bring me the trophies. That's what I want. Don't care who's in charge, as every owner is dodgy. Exactly, Carl. And you need to get on this channel as well, Carl. You need to start getting your ass on here. I love all the cockles in the background. It makes the show look very fancy and professional. Yeah, well, if anyone's wondering, I've snuck into the Tottenham Stadium. I'm actually in when Ange does his press conferences, so that's where I am at the moment. But don't tell anyone. I might get chucked out. Levy must stay. He is a safe place. Gerard, please. 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 You telling me you want Levy to stay? Right, okay. That's now shocked me. Breaking news, Gerard wants Levy to stay. You want Levy to be out for every time I speak to you, you want Levy to go and Ange to go. Now you want them to stay? Woo. I just want ambitious owners who wants to win the same here. We all do. We will stop talking about our owners, and thankfully we can talk about only foot. Exactly. That's all I want to. I'm getting worried about Gerard. He wants Ange to stay as well. I'm getting a bit worried about him. Gerard, have you eaten something or drank something that's made you think a bit differently? I'm getting a bit worried about you now. I really am. Gerard, new owners often replace the old manager to do. Daniel, after you, it's my after you, it's my team, West Ham, the next for the big day buyout. Yeah, I think it will be. West Ham will be the next one. We'll be taking over. We will be taking over, and Kane will be back in the summer. Yeah. See, Carl knows. Carl knows how hard we work in the background, and always get the information correct. I take Harry back in a heartbeat. So would I, actually. So would I. Bournemouth score a cracker. Big up to Bournemouth. Kane, if Kane wins a trophy this season, he'll come back up. I think he will. Bayern will do the double at least this season. They will. Preston, hell no to Frank. Woo, why? Let me know. Thoughts on statues? Listen, I did a show last night on statues and the history of Tottenham. And it wasn't the most successful show in the world, I must admit. It was a bit boring. Even put myself to sleep watching it, to be fair. I didn't know I could be so boring talking. But yeah, whoever comes in. Oh dear, I'm mad. Whoever comes in will have to put the history part right. Right. Name stands after managers, statues. Make it remember when their anniversary is. Do something. Do it properly. God's sake. That's what I want. Big up to Carl. I would cost too much. Yeah, well, no, I can afford you. You know that I can pay you in pink. Hang on. You know I can pay you in pink M&Ms, so get there. He's smiling. He's laughing because he knows you can offer him more money than the previous owners can. Danny, I'm not sure Harry Kane back would be the best thing for you to do if you want to go forward with all the youngsters Spurs could. I think he'd be great to come back to. I think he'd be a great leader to get behind. I don't think it's captain, but lead by example. Only way Kane comes home if Levy ain't gone, which John Fitzpatrick they could well do. They could well be gone very soon. And then we've got, God, there's a lot of people in the chat. Apparently Spurs are going to try to sign Adam Milton, Joe Bellingham, Diblin in the summer along with Eze. I haven't heard about Wharton and Bellingham. I've heard about Diblin and Eze, all right. But I have asked questions, so I'm waiting for a massive update on our summer on our summer transfer window. So I will bring you that as soon as I get it. You don't want me on your channel. It's not because I will say something you and the owners of the channel don't want to say on this platform. It's because of speech impediment. I get it. I do have one myself, believe it or not. And you've heard me try not to get my teeth around words. I do have it myself. I do get it. But look, just stay in the chat, man. Stay in the chat. Become a member. Get involved in the WhatsApp group. Be part of this community because it is a good community to be part of. And again, thank you so much for everyone for the kind words to Tequila. We're working on a few things in the background. A little few surprises for Tequila. He doesn't know yet. I've been in touch with 2 people today. And if you are watching Tequila, you're going to love it. And we are going to do a few things on the channel to help them. So guys, do hit the memberships. It does help us grow. And if you are a member, you can get involved in this thing we're doing for Tequila. It really will mean a lot to us all. So please do it. We want to show YouTube this is the best community on YouTube. I also want Big Ange to say, look, I love Big Ange. I know what he can do. I know what he can do up in Celtic, and I know he can be successful. I just want the owners. He didn't get backed in the summer. He didn't get backed in the winter. And owners come in who will be coming in. I want the manager to be backed. Simple as. I would degrade your content, quite frank, 100%. I know your viewers don't want to listen to it. Look, mate, I'm surprised people listen to me, to be fair. I'm surprised 2,000 of people. I've got over 2,000 now. I'm surprised people listen to me when I do solo shows. You probably took more sense than I do. I'm only a short, fat Irish fella talking shite. Dermo, Ange can make history tomorrow night. First man to beat Pep 3 times. Yeah, I know. That will be good. And I will be dancing on the ceilings if that is happening. I bought a new jacket in the sale today. Columbia is the brand. I've never heard of it, but the colors are gold and navy. Levy out. Look, man, you're welcome. Look, just get your membership, get inside the WhatsApp group, and stay in there, stay in here. You're always welcome. You know that. You always are welcome. Right, let's crack on with it. Of course, we do play Manchester City tomorrow night. It's at half 7 kickoff at the world-famous Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. The referee tomorrow night is Gerard Gillette. The VAR is Graham Scott. Over the Premier League history that they've played 55 times or 8 draws. Spurs do have a better record against Man City. They have 29 total wins, 17 at home, 12 away. 18 total wins for Man City, 11 at home and 7 away. So we've got a better record than them. Recent meetings, of course, Tottenham, of course, beat them 4-0 in the Etihad at the end, early in the season. We lost 2-1 at the end of last season. We had the 3-3 draw, and then we beat them 1-0 on my birthday in 2023. This is Tottenham's form guide last 5 Premier League games. We've won our last 3, but we lost the 2 before that. So 3 wins out of our last 5. 4-1 against Ipswich, 1-0 against Man United, 2-0 against Brentford. We scored 8 goals and have only conceded 1 in our last 3. So we're doing very well at the moment. This is Man City's form. Not great at all. Of course, lost to Liverpool the weekend 2-0. Did beat Newcastle 4-1 at home. Lost to Arsenal. Them lot down the road 5-1. Did beat Chelsea 3-1 and 6-0. So 3 wins out of the last 5. Sorry, I've got bloody hiccups here. Can't. That's better. 3 wins out of the last 5. So they're not in great form either. This season, of course, Tottenham had 12 for 10 wins, 3 draws, and 13 defeats. Manchester City, 4th, 13 wins, 5 draws, 8 defeats. Average goals per match, 2.04 for Tottenham, 2 for Man City. Average goals conceded per match, 1.46 for Spurs, 1.42. 6 clean sheets each all season, 2.23 chances created per match to 2.5 for Manchester City. And of course, our biggest win was 5-0 away to Southampton. Our biggest defeat was 6-3 at home to Liverpool, 6-0 away for Ipswich for Man City. Their biggest defeat was 5-0 away to Arsenal. Players out, guys. Of course, it is Rudu with the knee. We've got Timo out with a hamstring, calf with Richarlison, and the knee for Solanke as well. Ange in his press conference said today, as if he was talking, this is talking about Romero and Mickey van der Ven. As give targeting UEFA League round 16 first leg against EZ Alkmaar on the 6th of March. And said, yes, potentially. I'm not sure if they're participating in that, but the idea is that at least a couple of them should be back in training and available for the game. Obviously, we have to back that up on the weekend after against Bournemouth, 9th of March. So with 2 games, I'm hoping we can get a couple more back. It means, again, we can tackle Dome 2's games with a strong squad. We got on Bentancur contract talks. He said Rodri has been great in terms of his contract situation. That is handled by others, and a lot of us strategizing is a lot about long term. Rodri, though, the latter period has been getting back to levels he wants. He's come off a long-term injury, and then he came back and got another injury, then a full start with a long suspension. He just needs regular game time. He's a good guy, experienced, and will be important in the run-in. On now, Timo Werner, he said he was only really available for the weekend, but because of the makeup of the squad, I put in Sergio Reguilon as another defender as he's trained and is available for tomorrow. Then Postecoglou and Ben Davis. A lot was said in this press conference today. He's been carrying a knock for a little while, and to be fair, he's played through it. But I've said before, this is a key period, and I want as many players in the best possible condition. After the game, we have a 7-day break, which leads into Europe, leads back into Europe League, and those games are massive for us. I don't see need to push. He hasn't re-injured. He's just been carrying something. I don't want to push at the moment. Then he had a very kind words to say on Dean Scarlett. Yeah, look, he's working hard. Dane, like you said, he had a couple of difficult loans, and that's part of the process as well for him. We're just talking about Jed, who had 3 difficult loans, so some of it is just press performance, keeping up with it really, and keep working hard and wanting for your opportunity. He has done well for us. I said when you came back, he wasn't in the greatest physical condition, and he's working hard on that, and hopefully he gets more opportunities. And also, guys, this is my predicted lineup for tomorrow's game against Manchester City. I have gone with Vicario in goal. I've gone for a back 4, Pedro Porro, Archie Gray, Kevin Danso, Jed Spence. We've got a midfield tree of Bentancur, Kulu, and Madison. And then we've got a front tree of Brendan Johnson, who scored 2 at the weekend, Tell, and Sonny. So let me know, guys, what you think of that lineup. Would you change anything? Do you know what you could say with Tell, but we haven't got a striker. I'm happy that's the midfield. I think will work. I think the back 5 in itself is a good back 5. They balance each other. I think Danso's been absolutely fantastic. I think Archie Gray as well has been great. Jed Spencer's been absolutely exceptional since he's come into the team fully. I think also Pedro Porro as well. Vicario, you've got a safe pair of hands. In goal, we've got a midfield tree. I think Bentancur sitting in front of that back 4. I think gives that calmness in the midfield with Kulu and Madison sort of interchanging the 10 role. One plays an 8, one plays a 10. And then you got the front tree of Sonny and Johnson, who I think are going to run riot down the wings tomorrow night. And Tell just needs a goal. I think that's all he needs. He just needs a goal. And once he gets that goal, he will get there. He will get there. I'm just checking if I've got anything else to break. Anything else? No, there isn't. I'm just seeing now if there's anything. But I'll tell you one thing, though. I think we can win tomorrow night. Can we win tomorrow night? I think we can. I think we can win tomorrow. I think we can own Manchester. I'm going to start as a finish. We're going to own Manchester. I do believe that we will win. We will win tomorrow, and we will win well. But let's end on a high. Let's finish as I've started. Guys, the breaking news is the Spurs takeover will happen. I've got confirmation today that the phase takeover will happen. The first draft has happened. I've explained to you about drafts, how they're doing it. The football side will be done within the time frame of the next 2 to 3 weeks, but it could take the latest it could take is 2 to 3 months. But If everything is agreed, this could run very, very quickly. Who it is, I think I could leave it up to your own imagination. Don't know why my computer's gone funny. It's telling me it needs a rest. But on that bombshell, I'm going to leave it there. I want to thank very much to everyone. Get through the chat before we go. Let's go, Tottenham. Big up to Levy is selling his. Right. Where we're going. We've got Carl saying, I keep getting distracted with the kids. Great show, Dermo. And see you later in chat. Yeah, see you later in chat, man. And Daniela Palace are 3-1 up. Wow. Let's go, Tottenham, and cool. We are Spurs TV. Let's go. Brighton are 2-1 up against Bournemouth. I was only hoping that ended the draw to help us. Wow, Palace are mashing Villa up 3-1. Big up to Stephen talking to Chris. Chris Peters, such a shame he's forgotten about what he's done for us. What have I forgotten? What have I forgotten? Yeah, he did. And I said that last night. I said that in the show. I talked about our throw last night a lot. He actually played for the club. He made 189 appearances for Tottenham and doesn't get any recognition whatsoever. Peter McWilliam won our first ever championship in the second divisions back in the 20s. He doesn't even get a mention. Big up Preston if your doggy's injured. If not, then Spence goes on the right. Well, it's a predicted lineup, so lineups can change. I'm so happy Spence got a jump to show his stuff. He's been brilliant. It all depends who Levy wants to sell to, but I think there is a bid gone in there. He will not let go. On that bombshell, guys, thank you all for watching. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscription button if you can as well. We're back tomorrow night at 7 o'clock with the build up to the game, with the watch along. Then we're bang on after that with final score. Thursday, we've got a debate show with me and Kevin from MUFC Spotlight. Friday, I think we're going to do a bit of fun because we've got no games. We will be covering some games over the weekend. And then we're all getting ready to build up for the Europa League game next Thursday at the start of next week. So thank you all for watching. Come on, you Spurs. And Big Antry Trust. We never stop. Spurs are on the way to Europe. Come on.